Season 5 of The Score, the Team Roping Journal's podcast, where we cover the roping industry from top to bottom. This is where the team roping world talks. We talk through tough subjects, we talk big wins, and we talk real issues affecting the community. I'm your host and editor of the Team Roping Journal, Chelsea Schaefer.
Hey everyone, it's Jenna back with another episode of The Short Score. On this week's episode, I got to talk with Coleman Proctor twice. I caught up with him right after the Cowboy Christmas run, where he and his partner Logan Medlin cashed in $15,131 each at the Cody Stampede and the St. Paul Rodeo to be in the top 5 money earners for the 2022 Cowboy Christmas run. We talked about where they went over the 4th, the new PRCA payout rule, his horses, and their win. Then I called him after they won Estes Park and moved to number 5 in the world standings. So we talked about how he's keeping his horses working good and his mental game sharp. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It's brought to you by Coleman's sponsors over at Purina, and you'll get to hear more about them during the commercial break. Hey Coleman, how's it going?
Good, Jenna, how are you?
Good. Where are you at? Are you at home now, or are you guys still on the road?
Oh no, you sound like all the steer ropers.
Oh boy.
And he's like, hey, when you get home after the 4th, man, and I'm like, home? We don't come home till August. Are you kidding me? That's only for like a day. Heck no, man. The 4th of July is big, but then it just stays big for the next few weeks. We're out here. We're on our way. We're driving down the interstate headed to Elko, Nevada.
Oh, nice. Are you with Logan right now?
Oh, yeah, he's driving.
Oh, awesome. I guess before we talk about Cody, talk about Cowboy Christmas and...
I won the all-around Cody. That's cool. I prize for it, but I entered the Bustin and did not win any money. I still was the all-around champion. No, it was good. Our 4th of July was good. We're buddied with Jay Clay and Billy Jack Sabins. I think that's an important aspect to have a successful trip, you know, having a group of guys that are all on the same mission as you. They're a fun bunch. Everybody's pretty low key and laid back and do whatever it takes to make it work. Of course, with $6 diesel, 4 of them splitting it, makes you feel like you've only got $1.50 going in each time, so that sure helps.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was that new payout format at the one headers. What are your guys' thoughts?
Oh, I mean, I think it needed to happen. You know, of course, on Cody they paid 15, so it made it not quite as good a rodeo as Livingston, but with the input costs nowadays, any chance you can get a lot of checks for $2,000, it sure helped. And I don't know about 15. That feels maybe a bit aggressive, but I'm sure sliding it back to 12 was worth it. I think it's overall a good thing for the sport and for all the contestants going. Before back in the day when Cody was at 10 money, there'd be some great runs happen that didn't get paid. That just steers get a little bit stronger. I think with the bigger payout scale, it helps even the herds up a little bit, and you get paid for making good runs on good steers.
Yeah, for sure.
Steers and then work all week. It was like watching a video game when somebody's in cheat mode.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the groups and for the rest of the teams, like being able to make good runs on the steer that walks in the chute and getting rewarded, even if you get slid back to 8 or 9, you're still making pretty good money.
Yeah, definitely. So talking about Caleb and Junior, they broke the Cowboy Christmas record, but you guys were in the top 5.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope they did. I tell you what we talked about, like in our little buddy group, was how really impressive a feat that was with the new payout scale. There wasn't like that big hit of you won Cody, you won 10,000, you won this one, you won that much. I mean, they had to do it on every steer. That just shows you how many steers they make great runs on. And we kind of got to watch them rope a little bit. We were kind of up in some same sets. And I think what was so impressive is it's not like they just drew good, caught them. Like they made great runs on steers across the spectrum. They had runners, they had good steers. They just made great team roping runs. It was just something you had to tip your hat to, man. I really thought, their second round at St. Paul when they made their run, they had one that screamed. And when they got across there, I thought there was a chance they could go 5'8", maybe we'd slide ahead of them,
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you this string just reaches from way back, and Junior pulls off an amazing kill shot, they went 5'5". It was just Good job, fellas. You know what I mean? That's all you can say. It was the most impressive display team open I've ever seen in my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're fun to watch for sure.
But yeah, we had a good week. We only really cashed in at 2 rodeos, but thankfully it was 2 great rodeos. There were some great runs that we got paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. It was definitely probably the best 4th I've ever had. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you break down your run at Cody?
Yeah. I had a great horse, great steer, and a great partner. That's pretty much how it went. We were 5th out that morning, and the steers were a little tricky. We were in the 2nd slack, and the report from the 1st slack was that, man, the start was an easy go to get, and everybody was getting rolls. You know, it was going to be a tough rodeo. 4-5 was going to win 8 or 10, you know. And so I'm 4th out or 5th, I don't remember, but the first few steers don't leave. And all the headers broke the barrier. Tanner Thompson does a good job. He rails it out of the start pretty good. And then my buddy Team Jake Lay, he goes right next. His was the first steer that actually broke and left true, and it kind of beat him right there at the start. And then I'm up, you know, and I just kind of relied on what Clay Chine told me a long time ago, that the measurements never lie. And I got really lucky to get as good a start as I did. I took off a little early, but my yellow horse kind of sniffed it out for me and got me a great go at the barrier. And our steer kind of hit out on the end of it pretty lively, but he came together really fast. My partner absolutely thrilled me. And I was kind of in a weird place finishing, and Logan did a great job of bringing the steer and my head horse around, kind of getting it all slammed shut. And that's ultimately why we were 4-3. You know, if he hadn't finished that run so strong for us, we could very easily could have been for 4-5 and 4-7. That was kind of the difference maker there. Having Logan Medlin and the horse of the year on the backside, just slamming the door shut was really the reason why we won Cup.
Can you guys talk about your horses?
Yeah, you know, Apple is my great yellow horse that I bought. He actually comes from back small that Ryan Kreitzer headed on him. And I bought him back in 2019, but he got injured the 2020 season. And I didn't have him all last year. And that was a big detriment. And my good friend Charlie Buchanan, Signature Equine, has him back up and rolling. It's been a year-long process. He tore a deep flexor tendon in his front right foot, or his front right leg. And they have worked, the folks at Signature, between Charlie and, my girl down there, Lane's her name. Anyways, Lane at the rehab facility, man, they have got him back up and rolling. And he is on point at the right time of the season, you know. It's been about 6 months of roping on him and getting our timing back together, but Admiral and all those one-headers give me just amazing goes to the barrier. And he brings the run together really fast. He gets the steer legal in a hurry. Kind of teeters on the line of maybe a little bit too quick, you know what I mean? But does a great job of, and that's what's important, like for an old guy like me that doesn't throw in the box like these young kids do, is having a horse that brings the run together for you. And then balancing him out, I've got Jesse James, my sorrel that I rode in St. Paul. He can really run. He was really green last year when I didn't have Admiral. He kind of had to step up to the plate, and he did a great job for me. Of course, he got me to the finals, especially late in the season when I was really relying on him. He can be a little squirrely, like in the box and stuff. I've actually had Tate Kirkenschlager ride here for me, getting him ready for the summer, and he's done a phenomenal job. He's a little more pre-rolling. He scores great. He can really run. And he's been what I've been trying to ride in the 2-headers and the longer setups, just because he does make the draw kind of come to you a little more as far as his speed and the way he can score. But both those horses have really been working great over the course. What allowed us to have a lot of success. That's
awesome. So what's your guys' game plan moving forward? You said full throttle the rest of August.
There's no going home. You go home. Like, sometimes some guys take a little break this week, but there's a lot of great rodeos ahead of us. We're going to Elko, Nevada, Vernal, Utah, and Estes Park, Colorado before we take off and go to Calgary next week. And come back, for this whole month of July, there's a lot of opportunities. Honestly, through all the way through August, there's the rodeo committees are stepping up. They're adding equal money to team helpers. They're adding more money than they've had years before. And there's a lot of neat, really cool rodeos adding a lot of money that are bringing our circle a little different than we're accustomed to going, And so we're full throttle right now, and trying to catch up to that number one spot. The way those guys are open, that's looking pretty difficult, but they, that's still what we're shooting for. Is at least go into the finals with an opportunity to get caught up.
We're going to take a quick commercial break to talk about Purina. Level up your horse's performance this season with choices from Purina Animal Nutrition. From Purina Ultium Competition Formula to Purina Impact Pro Performance and everything in between, Purina has the right option for your horse, including supplements like Purina Supersport Amino Acid Supplement, Purina Amplify High Fat Supplement, and Purina Outlast Gastric Support Supplement. There are many choices for optimal nutrition with when you choose Purina, all backed by science. Level up your performance this season and put Purina's research to the test. Ask for Purina at your local feed retailer today. We just talked about your win the other day, and you guys are kind of on a streak, yeah.
So, I'd like for it just to keep up. I'll just keep visiting with you.
Right? Yeah. So are you back in the States now, or are you still in Canada? Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we didn't stay up for very long.
No.
I didn't get to see much Canada. I did have one of the best steaks I think I've had. It was really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, burger beef.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So I wanted to visit with you about Estes. Yeah. Can you talk about those runs? You guys were super consistent with a 4.3 and a 4.5. So can you break down those runs and talk about roping in that setup?
You bet. We was kind of running, not late, but we were there that morning, so we were rushing over there. Didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. And on my first one, knowing that, I just dragged my yellow horse off the trigger, I knew he might be a little tight, and I kind of had to pull to get out of the barrier. I didn't do a very good job of scoring, and I kind of had to pull to get out of the barrier. And our turf was amazing. So there was some great team roping going on. First team out takes the lead in the rodeo, 4-7 or whatever, and it just great team roping that whole curve. I think maybe six of the monies was won that night. It was impressive. But you need to double check that stat. Anyways, so we went. My plan was just to kind of get a good start, set Logan up. That's usually when we win the best, beat those ropes. And I didn't score very good. And I had to pull to get out of the barrier. And when I pulled to get out of the barrier, my yellow was like, all right, that's game time. And he went ahead and was moving out a little early for me. Helped me finish my delivery, but I had to reach a long way. When they hit his horns, he kept legal, and Logan showered him down like he always does. And when I finished with a 4-3 and won our $100 victory lap, and we got the pound and the clown tape, so that was fun. And then when we come back round two, when you win the first round, you always want to make a good run on the second one. I don't remember what we had to be. It's like 10-3 with maybe winning. But we just tried to make the best run on the second one that we could. Steer kind of come out a little bit left, so it took away some of my options. And my yellow horse was on the money in the second. Kind of give me a good spot to put my rope on him. And when I turned him, this Logan Medlin, he healed him so fast. Like, he healed him before I was ready to face. Like, I was worried about how I was going to get it set up, and then all of a sudden he's waxing him out. And it was kind of funny because the last picture you guys posted of me turning when I had both of the steers' back feet going completely to the right. And some of my good friends have been giving me grief about that. I'm like, well, that's how he likes them. And pretty sure I did the exact same thing, and he healed him while he was over there. So, he was really the reason why we were 4-5 on the second one. I was just trying to get him turned at the end of 10-3, going a little something average. Capped another big week for us, so we were really excited. And Estes Park is such a cool place, You get to hang out for a few days. Beautiful climate and scenery. Awesome, good golf.
That's awesome. Sounds like a good weekend.
That was great.
Can you talk about how you're keeping your horses working good while you're going to so many rodeos? I know we talked about Admiral and you getting him back from Stephenville.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's, it's funny because when it's game time and you're rodeo in the middle of the season, my young didn't require a lot of practice. He's pretty smart. I had one that doesn't work, just going through the motion of practice. So giving him exercise, and then mainly it's the extracurricular care he gets. I'm giving him all the CEP treatments, and then he's on muscle relaxer, gut check, and then mainly I keep him boomer pretty regularly. So for us, it's more about almost the therapy outside the arena that makes a difference. And then like Jesse James, he's kind of a different animal. It takes a lot of chillax and like better word. That's good. We go to practice, and he gets a lot of chillax. So it's just funny because they definitely have two different personalities and two different teams. I've got an old veteran, and I'm just need to soak him in the tub and keep his arm good, and then I've got a young one there that I've kind of got to keep reminded about the job that they're doing.
Awesome. So what about for you guys being in the top 5? Talk about your mental game right now.
Oh, it's just early season opportunities when you're out here. My wife and kids are at home, and when you're away from home and roping, your job is to win. That makes it all a little bit easier. It's never easy, but being away, at least if you're sending back money, it's easier to take over the phone when your daughter tells you she wants you to come home and get on. You're like, well, I'm hurrying so I can get there. But it's you're just taking advantage of the opportunities out here. This month of July, it's amazing. All the committees have stepped up. It seems like all the rodeos are adding more. And just there's a lot of opportunities, and so that's what we've just been trying to win on every steer that walks in there, and just be professional on the end of the game. Like at Elko, our steer was pretty good, a little bit stronger maybe at Myrtle, and we won third on those, and it's just that's what those steers are worth. Trying to keep that mentality and just get whatever each steer's worth. I think we'll like the results when we look up in December.
Awesome. So where are you guys headed next?
We just got back from Calgary, and I didn't do the very best up there. We did win $500. I feel pretty flush, but anyways, we just got back and we're headed to Casper, Wyoming, and then Sheridan, Wyoming, and then we go to Cheyenne, where I get the trip steers on Saturday and team up on Sunday.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, I think that's all I had. I appreciate you visiting with me.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you. I hope to talk to you next week.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, thank you so much.